Nope.
When I was 14 years old, I lived in a small country town in England. My parents had rented a small apartment at the back of an old bed and breakfast. It had a front door on the ground level, which opened up to stairs that led to our lounge. It was basic, and just fit our family of 4. 2 bedrooms, a lounge, a kitchen, and a bathroom. My parents worked long hours, so after school, Steph, my older sister, and I would walk home. The 2 of us would be alone for roughly 3 to 4 hours until Mom and Dad got home too. This never really bothered us. The apartment felt claustrophobic when all 4 of us were home, and Steph and I had to share the TV in the room. You can imagine how this would lead to fights. We had an unspoken agreement that I would watch TV in the lounge, and she would watch TV in our room, while leaving each other alone. Personal space. It was great. On one particular day, things started off normal. We walked home from school. I trailed far behind Steph, as usual. I don't think she likes being seen with me, since she was too cool and I was not. Anyway, she unlocked the door, and we walked up the stairs and went inside. I immediately sprawled out onto the sofa as Steph grabbed a bag of crisps from the kitchen and made her way to our room. After 5 minutes, I got up to use the bathroom. Our room was on the left, bathroom on the right, Mom and Dad's room at the end of the hallway. As I turned to shut the door, I froze. Behind the door, through the slim gap where the hinges are, I could make out the shape of a person. I wanted to scream, but I remember a strong feeling coming over me, almost like it was urging me not to. Act normal. Close the bathroom door, I thought. I was 14, pretty much a child. I still don't understand what made me not scream, but I didn't. After standing in there, frozen for a few seconds, I flushed the toilet, pretending nothing was wrong. I walked out of the bathroom, back to the lounge, and quickly pulled out a schoolbook from my bag. My hands were shaking, but I managed to grip the pen and write a note in my book. In all capital letters, that note read, "Man in house, don't scream, follow me." I stood up, holding the note and trying to steady my breath, but I was so terrified, so I ran with it. "Steph! There's a massive spider! Help! Please, hurry!" I heard her sigh and get up, making her way to the lounge. Her eyes locked with mine, and I mouthed, "Don't scream," as she looked at the note. I saw her gulp. Then she said, "It's not even big. You're such a baby." I nodded at her, and she nodded back. Then we bolted down the stairs and out the door. We kept running until we reached the main building of the bed and breakfast. I broke down in tears and told the manager what I saw, and he quickly called the police and locked the doors. It didn't take very long for the police to get there, but unfortunately, they found no one. No forced entry. No windows left open. No sign of anyone being there but us. As I had no real description, they did not follow it up, and basically said I was tired from school and imagined it. My parents did believe me though. So after that, we went to our grandparents after school instead. About 4 weeks after the incident, we moved to another town and changed schools. My parents said it was because they always wanted something bigger, and they could only find places in another town. Steph and I were happy though, mainly because we finally each had our own room. 1 week ago today, I was having coffee at my mom's house. She was staring into space when I asked her what was wrong. She said she wanted to tell me something for a long time. How grateful she was that I didn't scream and safely got myself and Steph out of the apartment. She said I was a hero, and if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have Steph or me or her beautiful grandchildren. It's been 10 years. I've slowly come to terms with the fact that I was seeing things and became embarrassed about what happened. So I brushed off what she said and replied, "Mom, you know there was no one in the house. I'm no hero," and laughed it off. "Honey, there was a man in the house." I was about to tell her I was only seeing things when I realized she was crying. I felt my heart sink. Then she continued. 2 weeks after the incident, a young woman was murdered. You probably don't remember since you were young and you weren't interested in the news. But she lived in a town close to ours. The police found no open windows, no forced entry, and they decided it was very similar to your story. We found out there was a security camera at the back of the bed and breakfast. It showed the door to our apartment. The police reviewed the camera footage. They saw the man go into the apartment just before you and Stephanie got home. Then it showed him leaving quickly after you both ran out. He came back 2 days later and entered the apartment. But you were at Nana and Granddad's. He waited and then left. And that was the last they saw of him. It looked like he had a key, and it was investigated, but no one can figure out who he was or how he even got the key. We moved as soon as we could. I felt shivers, and I still feel shivers while writing this. To this day, that case has remained unsolved, and the man was never found. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this week's story. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend. You know the spiel. Shout out to the author of the story, Reddit user Ida Rose, or maybe it's Ida Rose? Ida Rose? Nah, Uterose. Until next time, everybody, remember to stay safe out there. I'll be seeing you in the next video.